So previously I had explained the sense of sight and how to use that in order to bring the mind to a more present awareness within the heart center. So this time what I'd like to do is address hearing or the ears and how to use that in the physical and spiritual sense and how to center that into a present awareness within the heart space. So the ears are, or hearing even, is all about how we receive information. And so that can be in written form and it can be in verbal form. We are constantly processing thousands and thousands of bits of information every second at a time, and our subconscious mind immediately stores all of that. Now, not all of it's utilized, it's filtered through and it uses what it finds necessary. However, there's a lot that we tune out that could be beneficial. So, in tuning the ears into the present environment, what that does is it brings your mind to the present awareness of the now space and it retunes it to hear new information. Part of the discernment in this is also being very consciously aware of what you do tune into. So, making really positive choices on any type of information that you decide to take in, whether it be television or social media or however it is that you go about receiving information. So, it's important to understand all of that is stored within the subconscious mind. And after repetition, it becomes a thought pattern, and thought patterns become behaviors. So, you can unconsciously choose to create behaviors based on thought patterns that are not your own. So here's a method that I use personally, and I kind of use it as a game that I play, and you can really do it in any space. It's easier when it's not extremely noisy, when maybe there's just a couple noises in the environment or a few things you can really be discerning about what it is that you're hearing. So now what you would do is close your eyes and try to find a noise that's a little far off in the distance. In the beginning, it can be difficult to really register noises that are very far off. So if you have to choose something that's closer, that's fine. It's a starting point. Really, the whole point is to teach your hearing how to tune in, how to identify, and how to bring your mind to the present awareness of it. So, with your eyes closed, tune in to a sound, any sound. A pleasant sound is going to be better. It gives us a better vibrational feeling within our body, but any sound really will do for this exercise. Now, what you want to do is breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth a few times and really focus in on that sound. Now, if you can almost envision that sound has waves to your ears and kind of see yourself pulling those waves into your ears. And while you do that, if you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, it's more beneficial. It actually will cement that sound easier into your senses. Once you feel really solid with the connection of that sound, choose another one. I like to pretty quickly transition, maybe after 15 seconds or so, transition to another sound. I like to try to pick a sound that's even further away or less identifiable, something that I cannot see. And then do the same thing. Close your eyes, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and really connect with that sound. Pull it in to you. Pull that sound all the way into you. It's almost as if it gets louder as you pull it in. You can do that for about 15 seconds or so, and you can do that as often as you'd like. Now, it may not sound like an exercise that's going to make a lot of difference, but it actually does. It is teaching your mind to be brought to the present awareness and discern what sounds, what information you want to choose to receive. Usually throughout life, we've just been picking up a bunch of noises and we've never made any decisions about how we receive those noises, how we receive that information. What we're doing is teaching our mind an awareness of the present moment, what those sounds are, and teaching it boundaries within what we want to choose to receive. And that doesn't mean that all of a sudden your subconscious mind isn't going to receive other bits of information. It will. But what it'll do is it will create boundaries to not accept those messages. It's creating a personal relationship between you and your ability to receive information. And that's what it's all about. And having your mind be brought into your heart to bring awareness to what you want to be receiving of. Now, the spiritual side of receiving information is maybe difficult for some to understand, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. As you become more discerning about the information that you take in and about the input that you're willing to receive, you tune into higher frequencies with your ears. So you have created a personal relationship with information received. You're able to pick up higher frequencies of information. So from the spiritual side of things, that would come in the form of higher messages. And some may be uncomfortable with that. That's okay. The more you practice this, the more it becomes natural. This is not anything that you have to seek out to do. It just happens naturally. As you elevate your sense of hearing and you begin to elevate your ability to receive higher frequencies of information, some people experience ringing of the ears or pressure between their eardrums. This is my personal experience anyway, that when I was more first becoming aware of my sense of hearing and how I received information. And sometimes it still happens where I will have some pressure or I will feel pressure or even a little bit of ringing. The ringing is, it's not a ringing sound really. It's more of a vibration that you feel more than it is a sound. With this information that you receive from these higher frequencies, it's not scary. It's not anything that feels weird. It's just all of a sudden you know things that you never knew before. That's basically it. And honestly, who wouldn't want that? You don't have to go read a book. You don't have to watch uh, anything on YouTube, or you don't have to get the information anywhere. It just comes naturally to you. And the way that you receive it, it's just a firm knowing. There's no questioning or denying the information. It's just a resonant information. So the more you practice your personal relationship to your sense of hearing, the more you'll find that receiving higher knowledge just comes very naturally. And all of a sudden, you're a genius. Well, I may be embellishing that a little bit, but sometimes you feel like you are because all of a sudden you know some amazing things that you've never heard before. And it feels pretty amazing. The last thing I would like to add is that all of this is really about centering the mind into the heart space. And the reason for that is that the mind cannot overcome the mind. The heart is the way that we clear our mind. So previous beliefs, previous, mindsets, all of that is cleared through the heart space. The mind cannot reconfigure itself. Belief systems come from the heart. And so when the mind and the heart are disconnected from each other, or they have very little resonance or communication, then there is very little present awareness in this moment. And in this moment right now is where everything is. In the mind space, you're usually in the past and don't even know it. And I speak from experience. Most people have no idea that they live in their past. So I hope this helps, and I hope it's something that'll help you find the present moment and find the beauty in it. In the next section, I will speak about smelling and the nose. I have no idea why that sounds so goofy, but it just does. But anyway, till next time.